Spirits aren't born. They're created from human desires and needs. They burst into existence. Every spirit is essential and plays a vital part in the human world's development. She is no different. The humans in this world sought after friendship, happiness, and fun. This creature, a spirit that was known as a kitsune, was made to bring fun to the world. At least that's what she was told by the spirit elder Epimelides. He took her under his wing, taught her what humans were like and how they lived, and showed her the gateway from the spirit world to the human world. He told her that one day she would have to pass through to meet the humans, as there would come a time where they would need her as their guide. As she matured through the teachings of Epimelides, she gained her second tail and was able to pass freely into the human world. There, she would play with the children, teach them pranks, and bring joy to the villagers' lives with epic tales of adventure and friendship. This is how she earned her name, Ismay of Mischief. The villagers loved her, so much so that she began to receive worship from them. She was beginning to ascend to be a goddess, a deity. A rare occurrence in the spirit realm, but not impossible. However, the time for fun, friendship, and peace was dwindling as the humans began to evolve. War, strife, and fear began to spread like a plague through humanity until it lay heavy over the world. It suffocated the light and left humans desperate for any kind of escape. They were so desperate that a rumour began to spread. If you could steal something from a spirit, you would be granted protection from the devastation that was decaying the human world. The more important the item, the stronger the protection would be. So, in a final effort to save the spirits, Epimelides closed the gate. But that didn't stop one final request from getting through the gate. One final cry for help from a young child Ismay had befriended during her visits. This was something Ismay couldn't ignore. So, as she gained her third tail, she reopened the gate and ventured back into the village. How foolish she had been, walking into a war zone. As soon as she arrived, she was bound and chained by the villagers she once brought light to. As she looked at the faces of the adults who surrounded her as the children cried, she saw nothing but unrivaled fear. It terrified her. As she stood at the humans she cared for, she noticed the dagger that was slowly being raised above her. If you can steal an important item from a spirit, you would be spared. So they brought the dagger down and stole her eye. Pain was felt first, then betrayal, and finally, rage. In retaliation, her fire ignited, melting her chains and releasing her. Her anger led her to burn down half the village she once loved as she fled back to the spirit realm. Her mind was numb when she returned, and she stayed the same for days that followed. Epimelides had cared for her physical wound, but nothing could heal the mental torment going on in her mind. In her quiet contemplation, her skin tingled before it turned into a burning sensation. Panicked, she inspected the areas and noticed 4 letters branded onto her skin. N-S-E-W. As the pain dulled, her mind began to turn hazy. She turned to the only person she could, Epimelides. He looked at her in sorrow as he took her towards the gate. He explained that while the humans had done her wrong and she was allowed to defend herself, she had committed a sin as a spirit ascending to a deity. She had attacked her own people. They no longer believed in her. As a result, she was no longer allowed to stay in the spirit realm and would be banished for her crimes. The marks on her skin would show the world that she was wandering with no place to belong. After all, the letters branded onto her were the 4 points on the compass. He told her that she could return if she was able to have humans trust her again. As she went towards the gate, she started to lose her memories. What was her name again? She couldn't remember, as that had been taken from her as well. How can she return without her name? How would people call for her?
Lost.
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 Wonky Wasty.
Lost.
Lost. Lost? I think I like that. I am lost.